It's the 16th year of the Air Force Supergirl Surf Pro. For 3 days, Jacksonville Beach, Florida rocks a festival celebrating women's empowerment through sports, lifestyle, and music.
It's really empowering. That's like the first word that comes to mind. This event is so special because it's an all-women's event, and it's probably one of the biggest surf all-women's event, if not the biggest. So it's just really special to be a part of.
Supergirl to me just embodies someone who's very confident, very powerful.
When I was 11 years old, I surfed my first Supergirl Pro, and ever since it's been my favorite event.
In addition to the surfing, DJ contests, fitness, fashion, esports, speakers, beach volleyball, soccer, live concerts, and the festival village for hot food and cold beer are all part of the party surrounding the main event.
It's so great to see all the little girls on the beach with their signs, cheering and just stoked on surfing.
I grew up watching the Supergirl, and I was one of the younger girls, so it's so cool to now be competing in it.
This year, 80 of the world's top female surfers battled it out for the coveted Supergirl Surf Pro Cape.
I was thinking about this last night. To win the Cape, it would mean the world.
It would be a dream come true.
Of all the events to win, this is probably at the top of my list.
End goal, as always, is to get the Cape.
Over the course of 3 days, the lineup featured past champions as well as some young guns looking to make a name for themselves.
There's a lot of new talent that's coming up, like Erin Brooks. She's really just pushing the level of surfing. Sawyer Lindblad is also one of the young girls.
Moana Jones-Wong is here. I think that's amazing how she can surf 10-foot pipe and then go and grovel out 3-foot waves.
These Supergirl contests are actually awesome and they're so fun. I've never been to an all-women's event before, and this is really girl power out here. And
the Air Force Supergirl Surf Pro and its sister event in Oceanside, California are the only two World Surf League QS 3000 female surf events in North America. The top surfers compete for valuable points to qualify for the Women's Championship Tour. Let's get right into the action with one of the earlier heats of the event. Past champ and U.S. Olympian Caroline Marks comes out determined in her first heat in the round of 64.
I love competing. I'd say every contest I enter, obviously I want to do my best, and if I enter it, I'm gonna try my hardest and try to do my best and try to win.
Caroline has an opportunity once again. Here goes her third wave. Caroline Marks on it. Caroline just slaying it.
Caroline finishes up on the inside. We have a heat on our hands.
Yeah, here's a look back for you folks at home. Caroline Marks on her third wave, just very committed, 3 solid turns, and says, okay, that's good. I'll add that to my scoreline, looking to replace a 5.0.
Caroline proves why she's so respected in this sport, collecting 3 of the top 5 wave scores of the event. Part of the Air Force Supergirl Surf Pro mission is to inspire the next generation of women surfers. The perfect role model is the girl who, at the age of 14, became the youngest woman to join the World Championship Tour. The Caroline Marks Experience is a mentorship program that provides a select group of young surfers a chance to meet and interact with Caroline and some of their other favorite pros.
Supergirl was one of the first big pro events I did. I think Rick said he gave me a wild card when I was 11 into this event. So back then it was a 6,000. So all my heroes were in it. I remember seeing Carissa Moore and Stephanie Gilmore and Bethany Hamilton, and it's so rad because it's an all-female event, and that's just so special, and it's always such a great turnout. And female surfing is in the best place it's ever been in, and I feel like it's just going to keep getting better. And I'm so inspired by the younger generation, the generation ahead of me, and it's just really cool and empowering, and I feel like it's just going to keep getting better, so it's just really cool to be a part of.
Not only is it just about like surfing, but there's so many other people and women here sharing their passions with the festival and everything. So it's really great to see women coming together for a big surfing event and also, you know, other events as well.
Sometimes you have to like fail a lot sometimes in order to become really good at something.
Yeah, we got to meet Sage last year, and I think that was really cool. Yeah, we got to see her again.
Having programs like this for the next generation, I think, is super crucial, and it's awesome and super empowering. I mean, I never had anything like this growing up, and if I did, I think I would have been super stoked. So it's awesome to feel the energy here today, and I'm stoked we're all here.
Yeah, it's really special that girls are here. It's kind of crazy to think that like girls look up to me. It's pretty wild. It's really special, and it's been such a great turnout today, and so it makes me happy to see all the girls here, and it's just super cool.
Like, thank you so much. We love you, Caroline. It was literally so cool that we got to have like conversations with her and talk to her. It was amazing, incredible. We love Caroline.
Don't go anywhere. The round of 16 starts when we return to the Air Force Supergirl Surf Pro in Jacksonville Beach, Florida. The Air Force Supergirl Surf Pro is being brought to you by the U.S. Air Force. Full-time, part-time, in or out of uniform, join us. By Visit Jacksonville, go to visitjacksonville.com to see why a surf getaway is easier here in Jacksonville. By Kroger Delivery, saving you time with groceries delivered to your door. Kroger, fresh for everyone. And by Celsius Essential Energy, the official energy drink of the Supergirl Surf Pro series. To learn more, visit Celsius.com. Welcome back to the Air Force Supergirl Surf Pro in Jacksonville Beach, Florida. We jump back into the action with the first heat of the round of 16, Caroline Marks squaring off against Autumn Hayes. Caroline continues her attack with Autumn on the bubble.
Caroline, backside, getting in that pocket, getting that board vertical and hitting it again.
Uses that rail, gets in the pocket, and then straight into another one. Caroline Marks, and then a third. And then she sees it, oh, you know what? It's going to keep going to the inside. She kind of does that Huntington hop and then finishes up strong.
Blue up and riding, going backside, trying to get around that section, set up, using her shoulders to help generate. She got one solid hit, and Caroline is up again on frontside, hitting it even harder than before, doing a really nice wrap and generating speed on this small wave and working this little inside section. And looking at the replay of red, here it is. A nice little open face for the size of this wave. Two deep bottom turns and getting those fins really loose on that second maneuver. Bringing it all the way in.
The impressive performance ends with Marks scoring 2 sevens. Caroline's combo score of 15.50 takes Autumn Hayes out of the water for this year's competition.
The water's a little bit colder, but the air is definitely chillier. It's nice to have a little bit longer heats, and woman on woman is nice. You have a little bit more room to move, so.
Yeah, good to have the extra 5 minutes as well. Compared to the Pacific, this is still tropical and balmy, right?
Oh, absolutely.
In Heat 2, the Costa Rican Leilani McGonigal is pitted against Canada's World Junior Champion, Erin Brooks. Leilani came out hot with a 5.17 and this 6.0.
Here goes Red. She's going to get on another one. So this higher tide providing some nice long lines. There's Leilani with the second hit.
Erin Brooks tries to answer back with a pair of fives.
And Blues, nice little French side hack.
But it's just not enough to hold on. The Costa Rican wows the judges by kicking some big turns to finish with a total score of 12.33. That was too much for Brooks's 10.03, advancing Leilani McGonigal to the quarterfinals. The Supergirl events are all about providing opportunities for women in a variety of different sports, lifestyle, entertainment, and popular culture pursuits. Just south of the surfing, Supergirl teamed up with Brine and North Florida Lacrosse to create a tournament for female lacrosse players.
We got high school lacrosse teams out here today coming out to do some speed lacrosse, which is kind of a modification of regular lacrosse. It's a 6v6, so there's only 6 players on the field, no goalie. We use a lighter pink ball, so it's real light, no injury, so we have no equipment. It's really just a fun day of lacrosse out here on the beach, enjoying the sun, enjoying the waves and the crowds out here. It's a good time.
My name's Cerulia. This is Red Hamas, and we're the world's next best lacrosse players.
I think it's the best thing because, you know, females are just as hard as competitors as men. You know, a lot of us can out-compete with men as well. So I think it's great that it's highlighted out here, that there's so much community coming together to support it and everything. It's wonderful.
Thanks, Brian! Thanks, Supergirl!
Make some noise one more time, y'all. The Fleming Island lacrosse team.
Back in the water, Heat 3 sees 2 Hawaiians squaring off in what's anticipated to be an even match. Evie Wong versus Moana Jones-Wong doesn't disappoint. A tough back-and-forth battle that came down to the end.
Kind of a bummer. I hate surfing against, you know, friends.
She goes up and riding on her backhand. She gets the first turn, hits the brakes a little bit for the second one, gets that, and then into a third turn. So keeping the flow and the rail moving.
Evie gets a couple on her forehand.
She's gonna go right against the grain. There's that turn we were talking about. And then into the inside section, goes vertical and finishes up.
Really, if you want to stand out, you have to find the best waves. Else you're just gonna be getting 3s and 4s and 5s. My last wave was like a 7, but luckily I waited for that because in my mind, I needed a 6, but I didn't want to get a 6. I wanted to get higher than a 6.
It's looking dead even when in the final minute, Moana finds a peak to the south and is able to connect 3 solid turns. Scoring a 7.33, she holds on and takes the win to advance to the quarterfinals.
I was losing the whole heat until the final minutes, and I got a buzzer beater, which is always super exciting. I prayed, I'm like, please send me a wave, and that wave came right in time, and oh, thank God.
In the round of 16, heat number 4, it's 2 Supergirl Surf Pro veterans, Southern California local Kira Pinkerton versus Chelsea Tuak of Barbados.
I knew she was a really good, really powerful surfer, and I think I was just trying to catch the best waves and use my speed as leverage.
Kira Pinkerton just teeing off on this inside section. She had a 2-turn combo, throwing a ton of spray.
I knew that to win the heat, I'd have to wait for the set. So I was trying to just wait, but not too long, because I didn't want to get out of rhythm and get cold. So it was like a fine line between when a good wave comes, going for it, and then making sure that you're on the best wave, because there was a few in the set.
Although Kira took the early lead, the surfers go wave for wave with each other.
There's so much action out in the water. These girls are just answering back with each other.
No worries, she's gonna go on this double up. So here it is, big powerful snap on the backhand.
Nearly the final moments of the heat, Chelsea snaps off a 7.10, advancing her to the quarterfinals.
Getting that nice upward snap.
Luckily I had the 2 7s and was in front, and then it completely went flat, which is great for me. I'm like looking at the clock, just like count down, I don't need 25 minutes.
Jacksonville is proud of its easygoing lifestyle, uncrowded beaches, and unspoiled nature. Share lively evenings with friends out on the town. Locals welcome visitors to escape the ordinary and take a taste of the good life.
Having an event like this in Florida is probably one of the best things that's gone on in Jacksonville. It's definitely one of the biggest events that's happened in Jacksonville.
This one is really special though because I haven't really competed at home in a while. I did this last year, but before then it was a long time till I had an event at home, so it's really special, and we're at an all-women's event.
This is the best Florida I've ever surfed. This is like insane.
Yesterday morning when I surfed, it was actually the best surf I've ever been in on the East Coast. I was blown away. I was so stoked.
I really like this place. It's super young. There's a lot of like young people around. There's a lot of colleges. So a few of my friends I grew up with go to college here, which is really cool. There's a lot of great restaurants and fun things to do. So I've been pretty strictly surfing. So it's been really fun here, but maybe tonight I'll explore.
Visit Jacksonville. It's easier here. More high-flying action when we return to the Air Force Supergirl Surf Pro. We're back. Crowds gathered throughout the festival village, a staple at every Supergirl event. With dozens of sponsor booths, there was certain to be something for everyone. Those maybe looking for something a little more challenging found the hashtag goals stage, where yoga, dance, and fitness classes were going on throughout the weekend.
Everybody, one more full inhale.
At the hashtag goals stage, we are featuring a lot of local wellness-led events. So anything from yoga to women's self-defense to Zumba. Today, Saturday, we are going to have a panel of different female leaders and athletes, and just a lot of fun and a way to move and interact with the spirit of Supergirl Pro.
And come to a seated position.
We're outside, we're doing yoga, we're moving our bodies, so whenever I have the opportunity to be with other sisters especially, the feminine energy out here today is amazing, and to me that's what it's all about. Shout out, big ups to Supergirl. This is an incredible event. As somebody who has just moved to Jacksonville, like to see the involvement and the participation and like the support for women is always awesome.
Pro surfers will tell you that they're always aiming for the top of the sport, so it's spot on that our title partner slogan is Aim High.
We're really excited to be the title sponsor, to be able to come out here. There's a lot of parallels between what Supergirl does and what the Air Force does, so if you like adrenaline, if you like kind of choosing your own path and doing something different, the Air Force aviation careers are exactly what you're looking for.
The Air Force has afforded me a lot of opportunities, and a lot of girls don't think about it as an opportunity, so it's really cool to be out here and show them that you can grow up and do things for the Air Force, like fly.
Fans at the competition had that opportunity to fly in an F-35 simulator. The adrenaline rush of soaring through the sky in the world's most advanced fighter jet is something you won't soon forget.
It's kind of like the Top Gun movie where you're going through the canyon, and so getting to go sit, fly an F-35 in the simulator is pretty cool.
Aim high with the Air Force. And right now, we're going back to the women who are aiming to be high on the leaderboard to become the next Supergirl Surf Pro champion. Continuing the round of 16, in Heat 6, it's the number 3 ranked North American QS surfer Zoe Benedetto taking on the number 2 Hawaiian QS surfer Pua DeSoto. Zoe begins the heat strong with this 5.50.
Yeah, exactly. She's come, she's only 17. I feel like we've been announcing her for 5 or 6 years. She started at 12 in this Supergirl Pro, so she's been around the campfire for quite some time. Got a nice aggressive style, and she's presently in the lead.
I started off slow in the heat. Actually, Zoe had 2 waves under her belt. I was comboed, and I was kind of just waiting for that bigger wave that was coming through all morning long.
Here we go, split peak, red and blue. Zoe Benedetto on her backhand. Pua, same thing on her backhand. Love the board work.
Oh, yeah.
And now Pua's going to keep going. One more section, so great exchange. Yeah. There she goes, takes off, times it just right, up, bottom turn, into the pocket. So fitting that board into a nice small pocket and then finishes on the inside.
Although Benedetto gets out to a quick lead, after paddle battling Zoe, Pua uses her priority to grab the 6.67 to take the lead.
Here we go, blue.
That's enough to advance her to the quarterfinals.
Oh, getting sassy.
I think I thrive the best when I have fun.
Heat 7 finds current Supergirl Oceanside champion Sawyer Lindblad taking on talented young gun Bella Kenworthy. With a coveted spot in the quarterfinals on the line, 15-year-old Bella comes out firing with a pair of big backside turns, sliding her fins out on the second. Moves like that earn her an 8 on her opening wave.
I got pretty lucky. Right when the heat started, a wave came right to me, and it happened to be like a pretty good set wave.
Sawyer answers back with a pair of 6s to take the lead.
Big open face cutty right where she left off yesterday, and then she went right back into a second one, checks her speed there, and then that third turn right in front of Bella. Big gouging turn in the pocket, straight up into another one.
Bella grabs one more left to finish off the heat and pull through to the quarterfinals, upsetting the favored Lindblad.
My strategy was just trying to focus on myself and surf the best I could. I mean, Sawyer's so good, so I was trying to just focus on what I do instead of thinking about what she was doing.
Oh, if I had one superpower, I think it would be to fly because I feel like everyone's so peaceful when they fly.
It'd probably be to breathe underwater because I'm not that good at holding my breath. Even though I surf really big waves on the North Shore, I always almost drown, so I need to get better at holding my breath.
If I can have a superpower, probably teleporting. Yeah, because then you can just like teleport. I don't really like to fly, so if I can just like teleport like to South Africa instead of like take a 20-hour travel day, that would be ideal. Or just teleport wherever the waves are good. See my family, see my friends. That way I can do it all.
Probably reading people's minds. I know it sounds so bad, but a lot of people don't want to know that, but I definitely want to know. I just want an answer to something. I want to know questions. I want to know what they're thinking. So, or especially in the heat, like, oh, what do you want to do? What wave are you looking at? Or just in everyday, like, oh, are you talking about me? Like, what do you think? So, yeah, it's pretty nosy, but it's fun.
If I could have one superpower, it'd probably be teleporting, because then I could just teleport to anywhere I want.
Stay with us as one of the world's top surfers opens up about life out of the water.
I feel like I crave the simple things. I really just like to be around my family and my dogs.
And only 8 surfers remain as we head into the quarterfinals, when the Air Force Supergirl Surf Pro competition from Jacksonville Beach continues. We're back in Jacksonville Beach, Florida at the Air Force Supergirl Surf Pro. Before we get in on the action, former Olympian and Florida-born surfer Caroline Marks gives us some insight on life in and out of the water. She blasted onto the scene at age 14. 6 years later, she's still one of the world's top surfers. Caroline Marks is a hard-working, highly skilled athlete with her eyes tightly focused on the next championship. But when she's not on a board,
I try to be professional, but deep down inside, I'm a kid, and I'm wild, and I want to do all the things that normal kids want to do. I love to shop. I love to get my nails done. I love to get my hair done. I love all that stuff. I love makeup. You would never really know because I'm always in the water and like in a bikini and hair everywhere and just not much makeup on, but I love all that stuff. I really do. Sometimes when I'm in Florida, I like to listen to country, but sometimes I love to listen to rap. Billie Eilish is one of my favorite artists. She's amazing. Lana Del Rey, love Lana Del Rey. Travis Scott is really good. Drake just came out with a new album. It's really good. But yeah, I'd say Billie Eilish, she's probably like a person that I really want to meet outside of like my sport. Would be super cool because I think she's super badass and she's young, and what she's done is really inspiring. I grew up on like chicken tenders and like chicken nuggets, and I feel like I crave the simple things. Like, I guess when I'm not, around camera or around like, surfing or competition or anything like that, I really just like to be around my family and my dogs and hang out with my friends. That's what makes me the most happy. First off, my family and my brothers, I would not be anywhere near the position I'm in today without them, and I'm so grateful for them, and they're like my best friends. That's super fun. But yeah, all of them give me so much. Honestly, they all they're ruthless. If I always say, if someone had a GoPro in the house somewhere, you'd be like, wow, this girl gets tormented, because it's just, we're all ruthless. We all joke on each other, we're all hard on each other, but we all, at the end of the day, we all love each other so much and would do anything for each other.
Coming off an incredible 2021 season, Caroline decided to take some time off the championship tour in 2022.
As an athlete, you're kind of already dealing with a lot of stress and a lot of pressure, so when there's just that much more stuff added that you can't control, I think it's easier to get more burnt out. And so, I just needed to take some time off. The way I looked at it is I'm like, okay, this isn't a sprint, this is a marathon, and I want to do this for as long as possible. And if that means taking time off when I was 19, then so be it, I'm grateful I took that time off, and it was much needed, and I have a whole new appreciation for things, and sometimes it's what you need to kind of have a different perspective. So I'm grateful I did that. When it's all said and done, I want to look back and be like, I put every ounce of everything into being the best I can be as an athlete, as a human, everything. I have kind of a very all-in personality, so I don't think I'll ever look back and be like, I could have done more, I could have done this, I could have done that.
Back in the water in our first quarterfinal heat, Leilani McGonigal is pitted against Caroline Marks. Both contestants have looked strong in the competition so far, but with wind and wave conditions changing, it could come down to who handles it better.
The waves changed a lot since my heat this morning. The winds changed, and I feel like it shifted to a whole different peak. So I was just really trying to keep an eye on the lineup and kind of follow my instinct. And if I see a good wave, just be confident in my decision.
Caroline came out firing, getting a 6.77 and a 6.17 on her first 2 waves.
Signature Caroline Markson finishes up on the whitewater section.
However, Leilani did not fold up and fought back, earning a 6.43.
Leilani with that Lollipop 2.0, she put together a couple maneuvers.
However, like all great champions, Caroline returned the favor by crushing her last 2 waves to the tune of a 7.33 and an impressive 8.4. It's a close heat between the two, but the U.S. Olympian Marks picks up where she left off, showing her ability to adapt and win.
With like a little bit of like this wind, if you're on like the wrong side of the wedge, it's really hard to get into the waves. So I was just trying to go with my instinct, and it was fun out there. When the waves came, it was super fun.
Heat 2 in the quarterfinals pits 11-time Supergirl competitor Chelsea Tuwak against current Pipe Masters champion Moana Jones-Wong.
And we actually did the NSSA together when we were around 15, 16, so we've got a bit of history, and I think she surfs amazing as well.
Chelsea takes the early lead, grabbing a total heat score of 11.17 with this big backside turn on her 3rd wave. Moana, down but not out, gains some traction, finding this 7.43 to cut the lead closer. Tuwak tries to elevate her score with another left.
Going backside, getting a nice little starter turn and doubling that up and getting another follow-up hit and generating some more speed.
After a battle of a heat, Moana answers back, finding one more left, connecting 2 turns to overtake the lead. The North Shore Hawaiian Moana proves too much for the veteran Tuwak, finishing the heat on top with a total score of 14.70.
The conditions are challenging and it's gotten really cold, but I'm looking forward to the semifinals, and I'm hoping, I think I'm against Caroline Marks in the semifinals, which is another one of my really good friends, which sucks as well, but we'll see how it goes.
Over on the pitch, or in this case, the sand, the Air Force Supergirl Surf Pro teamed up with Prime Sports to bring back its women's beach soccer tournament.
It's been really cool because it's a different format than their standard soccer games, which are much more serious and they're on the field, and there's much more camaraderie out here. A lot of playful competition, a lot of friendly competition, which is just so awesome to see as well. It's interesting when you look at the statistics. There's so much drop-off for girls, especially around the age of 14, when it does come to sports. And there are so many other aspects of life that just come into play at that age, and it's really important to us to make sure that we're providing this positive environment that's conducive to the growth of these girls, and using sport as that vessel to really empower these girls, to really bring them together, to teach them about different life skills, and to just bring them together in a way that they may not come together as otherwise. And a huge thank you to Supergirl for having us. It's an incredibly important partnership to us, and we're so thankful to have the opportunity to just be out here at the same time as volleyball, lacrosse, all these incredible surfers that have come in from all over the world. We're incredibly thankful to just be a part of this festival.
2 more quarterfinal heats remain. You don't want to miss them. Things start to heat up on the main stage when we return. We take a look at the Supergirl sound session and all-female DJ competition. That and more to come when we return. Welcome back to Jacksonville Beach, where the Festival Village is rocking to an all-women's DJ battle in the Supergirl sound session. This DJ competition features female DJs from around the globe showing off their skills.
We're about to throw it down on the decks. We got 7 talented female DJs ready to go, and super excited.
This is my 2nd year doing the judging, and every year the talent is amazing. The coolest part is just seeing females come together and lift each other up. It's all about that empowerment. You have to look at how they interact with the crowd, their technical skill, how they mix, what kind of show they put on.
We were all talking about how awesome it is that these people are out here just supporting women. Yeah, we're just really excited.
It's tough being a female in any industry, but especially the music industry. It can be really difficult. So any program or institution that supports female empowerment and us becoming stronger and lifting each other up is just like the most important thing.
Supergirl sponsor Jolin created an incredible line of merchandise at the event. We partnered with Jolin to sit down with the surfers and ask them, is surfing a sport or an art?
I feel like it can be both. Just like depends on how you look at it. Every wave is like an art form. And like you could approach it like that, and then also you can approach it as like a sport.
Ooh, that's a tough question. I think surfing is a little bit of both. It's a sport where everyone sort of develops their own style, and in that sense, I think it's an art form.
I think surfing is probably both a sport and an art form because, you know, it's competitive, you know, you're training, it's mentally and physically, you know, it deserves a lot, and everyone surfs different, no one surfs the same. It's, you know, unique to you and how you see the ocean, what sections you're looking at. So I think it can be anything you want. It can be an outlet, it can be something you do for a living, competitive. So I think it's anything you want it to be.
Getting into the Olympics makes it, people see it more as a sport, but when you're surfing on the wave, it looks like an art or a dance. I mean, it's cool, like you can do whatever you want on the wave. So it's kind of like art, and it's also really beautiful.
Heading into quarterfinal number 3, it's Southern California local Ella McCaffrey taking on Pua DeSoto of Makaha, Hawaii. Ella came out determined in this heat, catching the majority of the waves.
Checks that first turn, oncoming section, great negotiation there. Big bottom turn into the section. Looking for another one, here it is. She gets it, no worries, drifts the tail.
Although Pua may not have been as active in this heat, she found the right waves when she needed, gaining a total heat score of 11.50. Ella tries to find one more score to put her over the top, but just falls short. She finishes out the round close, but just not enough, a total heat score of 11.30. Pua's patience pays off as she advances to the semifinals.
The water's changing, the ocean's changing, the winds just kind of came on, and just trying to have fun with it and enjoy the moment.
With only one quarterfinal heat remaining, we have Bella Kenworthy of San Clemente, California, going up against veteran Supergirl Chelsea Rowett of Barbados. Bella comes hot out of the gates, scoring a 6.0 on her first ride.
Chelsea going on her backhand.
Chelsea knows she would have to get big scores to earn her way into the semis. Bella rips off this explosive backside turn to earn a 7.50. Thus capping off the victory and securing a spot in the semifinals. Another core element of Supergirl is the Supergirl Gamer Pro, where female gamers are provided a platform and a safe space to support and inspire women in esports.
We're hosting a Rocket League tournament here at Supergirl Gamer Pro.
The competition on the waves is tough, and here it's intense.
The fiercest competition, I have to say, would be from the player playing right now, Maisie Pie, and her partner from Misfits Gaming. Like, they are knocking out the competition right now.
As a woman in video games, it's definitely hard, and sports is the same. So it really means a lot to me personally because you get to highlight the great woman doing great things.
It's a Rocket League 2v2 co-ed event, so I'm playing with my boyfriend. We only lost one game, which is against the team that's in the background right now, and they're the best by far here.
Yeah, I personally love Logitech. They have high-level gaming stuff, especially their headset and their mice. And they have really nice keyboards, really good for high-level gaming.
I love the fact that they're reaching out to women, especially in the gaming community, which is already pretty underrepresented to begin with. So to be here today is really, really awesome. I'm glad I got the opportunity to.
I just want to say thank you, Supergirl and Logitech, for being able to host an event like this. I know everyone else here appreciates it more than everything, so thank you for making this possible.
Only 4 surfers remain in the hunt for the Air Force Supergirl Surf Pro Cape. Stay tuned for the semifinals when we return. Welcome back to the Air Force Supergirl Surf Pro. Let's see what's going on just south of the contest site, where teams of women are kicking up sand in the Supergirl Beach Volleyball Tournament, presented by Atlantic Self-Storage.
We have a mix between juniors who are also playing and then adult women who some are even in the AVP Pro event and some are just playing for fun. So you definitely have like a variety of competition.
The vibe in the beach volleyball world is also
always very fun. You know, you can't beat this. Definitely been very competitive. I see lots of hustling, lots of running. Everyone's been playing really well. I don't think women's athletics gets enough clout ever, and to see so many like beautiful, powerful women just like running the beach right now, and to see this many people out supporting them is even more cool.
Yeah, we're really excited that Supergirl put prize money out for this one, because prize money can be few and far between in beach volleyball, so we're really happy to be here.
Moving into semifinal number 1. The youngest girl ever to make the championship tour, Caroline Marks, surfs against one of the world's most accomplished pipeline surfers, Moana Jones-Wong.
I'm gonna be against Caroline, a CT surfer, Olympic. Like, she's amazing at surfing. So if I want to beat her, I'm gonna have to really level up my surfing.
Here goes red. Caroline Marks, lots of speed. Boom, banks that top turn.
Amazing.
Right out of the gate, Marks finds herself with the early lead with a two-wave score of 10.33.
And she gets it vertical. So here we go. We're going to have a heat on our hands.
Maybe comboed, but not out, Moana is determined, finding 2 back-to-back lefts, giving her a total score of 9.73.
Nice speed float, negotiates that section well, then the double up, and she hits it.
Caroline shows off that Olympic form and caps off the heat, finding a wave towards the pier. She gets in 3 backside turns, elevating her total heat score to 13.67, advancing her to the final.
You've made it into 4 finals, 2 on the East Coast, 2 on the West Coast. What are you most looking forward to going into your finals?
Yeah, I don't know. I just, hopefully the waves provide, and I've just been having a lot of fun. I got like all my friends from Florida that I've known my whole life down here supporting, so yeah, hopefully it's a good final.
Me and my husband, we go on these movie marathons at the house and just get lazy and just eat a bunch of junk food.
Chocolate. Definitely chocolate.
Yeah, probably Chick-fil-A. Except on Sunday, don't do it on Sunday. Something about coming to Florida, I just get in like the southern mood, and I'm like, let's go to Chick-fil-A.
I really enjoy reading, and I actually like doing school.
I have a lot of guilty pleasure. Coffee would definitely be, I think, my number one. Coming from Costa Rica, we have really good coffee there, and I'm wired.
We're getting down to the wire in the semifinals. Heat number 2 matches Pua de Soto against Bella Kinworthy. Although the waves were limited in this heat, Bella finds 2 back-to-back lefts, giving her the outright lead.
Another paddle. Is she going to get another one? What? Tons of speed into the lip. Let's see. And Utah, give me 2. Another combo. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the replay of blue. Backhand, jam in the pocket, and then boom, into another one. Here we go, red down the line, oncoming section. Oh, bangs it, drifts the fins. Can she hang on? Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Pua de Soto.
Pua fights back with a huge layback, coming in at 6.13. Just not enough to overtake Bella.
Bella Kenworthy, she gets to her first Supergirl Pro Final with fellow San Clementian, Supergirl Caroline Marks. Your thoughts here on the East Coast with kind of challenging conditions, but you're able to do it. How'd it go for you out there?
Yeah, it was pretty fun. There was a couple waves at the beginning. It kind of went flat towards the end, but I was happy to get a couple.
The Supergirl events are all about providing opportunities for women across a variety of sports. Heading from the sand to the Festival Village, more than 30 women of all ages competed in a mini ramp skate competition at the Supergirl Skate Pro.
Last year, I came and watched this competition, and I decided I wanted to start skating, and I made a goal to come here and skate, and now this year, so many more people came up and made those goals to come skate this competition, and they're all here skating. It's really cool because most skate competitions don't have a women's skate league, and this is all just for girls and women, and they all can come skate and empower each other together, and there's not really anything else like that out there. Thank you, Supergirl, for putting on this competition.
When we return, it's the final duel that determines who will take home the Champions Cape and the Air Force Supergirl Surf Pro. The Air Force Supergirl Surf Pro was brought to you by the U.S. Air Force. Full-time, part-time, in or out of uniform, join us. By CSI Companies, a proud sponsor of the Supergirl Surf Pro. Learn more at csicompanies.com. By White Claw, delivering a wave of pure refreshment in a variety of flavors. Bring the wave with White Claw Hard Seltzer. And by Florida Blue, learn more about our health solutions at floridablue.com/whatelse. Back at the Air Force Supergirl Surf Pro, over at the main stage, surfers weren't the only ones making waves. Popular bands like Smash Mouth, The Expendables, Modest Yahoo, Less Than Jake, and many more artists kept the crowds partying throughout the entire event. Back at the beach as we head into the Supergirl Surf Pro final. Former champion Caroline Marks takes on one of the youngest surfers to make a Supergirl final, Bella Kenworthy. Two great surfers, but only one coveted cape.
It would be amazing to win the Cape. I'm trying to just focus on heat by heat, but winning the Cape would be amazing.
I got the one in Oceanside, but it would be really special to win here at home, and yeah, that's definitely the goal here for sure.
Buckle in, Uncle E. Here we go.
Looking at Caroline Marks in the red. Here she goes.
Big bottom turn, straight into the top and into the whitewater section.
The tide dropped a little bit, so the waves were getting a little bit trickier, but thankfully the sandbar was really nice, so I was just trying to really focus on when a good wave came, I just really wanted to make sure that I was the one that was on it.
Red, here goes Caroline Marks.
Backhand, here it is. She's been on fire. Look at all that speed through the turn. First one into a second one. There's Caroline Marks, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see the replay here.
Caroline came out smoking by earning a 6.67 and a 7.17 before Bella could get any traction.
Bella Kenworthy, big forehand turn on this right.
However, rather than throwing in the towel to the CT surfer, she battled back by getting a 5.17 and then a 6.33 to make the heat interesting.
I call her the powerhouse because for 15 years old, she has a ton of power. And one more, yes. There it is, two-turn combo for Bella. Definitely gonna replace that 1.33. There it is, 6.33 for Bella.
Ooh.
In the end, she needed a 7.5 to secure the upset, but was unable to find that one last big score.
3, 2, 1.
There it is.
The first one to walk away with capes from coast to coast. Caroline Marks, your Supergirl champion.
I'm super stoked to win the Supergirl Pro, especially back in Florida. I won the one in Oceanside, but it's nice to win here at home, and it's been a really fun few days, and the waves were really fun, and I had such a rad support crew here. The most I've had in a while, because all my friends are from Florida, so everyone came down, and it was a really special day. I'm super happy. Yeah, it was super cool to surf against Bella. My first few years doing the Supergirl, I was surfing against girls like Carissa and Tatiana, and I just remember being oh my gosh, looking up to them and serving against them. So to share a final with Bella, I knew it was gonna be a tough final, and yeah, that was awesome.
Here comes the cape. All right, yeah, give it up, Caroline.
Yeah, for sure gonna celebrate tonight. Yeah, maybe some Chick-fil-A. Oh, it's Sunday. That's devastating. That is absolutely devastating. So yeah, we're gonna have to find something else. We're gonna have to find an alternative.
Do you have anything to say to the future Supergirl?
Yeah, look, the younger generation is so amazing, and they're all pushing me, and it's so cool to see how many young girls are surfing. There's a million young girls on the beach, which is so rad. So this event has such a bright future, and so does every girl on the beach. So I'm excited to watch it and be a part of it, and hopefully inspire the younger generation.
Special accommodations provided by the Courtyard by Marriott Oceanfront in Jacksonville Beach. Everything you need to move forward. A very special thanks to the great partners that supported the event.